What's up, everybody? I was not going to post a video today. I said I wasn't going to, but I can't help myself. I had some free time. So I wanted to touch on something that is maybe the most frequently asked question that I get via email, and that is, or even in the comments section as well, why do I not grade cards? So I'm going to get into that today. I figured that today would be a good day to drop like some sort of video like this. Why wasn't I going to post a video? If you're new here, we have a full case profit challenge going on right now. Part 1 was posted yesterday, and tons of giveaways. So go check that out. We'll put a link in the description to get to that video. But go check that out because we're doing giveaways the entire time. Part 1 through 6, all 6 parts. We're giving away a 2025 Series 1 hobby box in every single part. So make sure to go check out part 1, which, like I said, was posted yesterday. And part 2 is being posted tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. But so why don't I grade? So I could ramble on for honestly 20 minutes on why I don't grade, but I'm going to try to condense this video down a little bit. So the first reason I don't grade is basically it's very subjective. So I just watched a video, ironically, about 20 minutes before I came on here. It was this guy on Instagram. I wish I could give him credit. I don't remember the name of his channel, but he sent in 5 Leo Carlson cards to be graded with PSA, 5 Young Guns rookie cards for hockey. And he got 110, 3 9s, and 1 8 on those cards. And it was funny because I didn't even notice it the first time he showed them, but he said, hey, does anybody see anything weird about this Gem Mint 10? On the Young Guns, there's foil that's going across the Young Guns, outlining it. The foil was missing, and he got a Gem Mint 10 on the card. He was wondering if the grader even looked at the card. How could you possibly give that a 10 if foil was missing from the Young Guns? So subjectivity is number one. I think that I think it depends on what kind of day the grader's having, to be honest with you. I don't want to say it like that, but if people are in a hurry, they don't feel like doing their job correctly, who knows what you're getting, especially when you submit, like he did, 5 of the same card. And quite frankly, I don't have the eye for grading. I think some people have an eye for it. They can see every little surface flaw. They really take their time. They measure out the centering using different tools. They inspect the front and the back. I don't have time for it. And quite frankly, I just don't care. I really don't. And with the subjectivity aspect of it, like, I would be so disappointed if I put so much time into submitting a card and then it got a terrible grade and, I paid for, this grading service to get crushed on a grade or whatever. Next reason, standards have gotten tighter. So I actually thought about getting into grading for some of my higher end premium cards. But then I found out, like, they're even tightening up on modern day cards with centering even more. It used to be like 60-40, now it's 55-45. I don't have the eye for that. I'm not going to measure. I'm going to probably make some mistakes along the way. So that's another reason. Another reason, and I'm going to get to my 2 main reasons at the end, by the way. Another reason is the damage risk. I had one of my cousins, shout out to Eric if you're listening, he sent in a PSA order, his first order that he ever sent in. Cards came back with damage that was not on them when he sent them in. Excuse me. So whether that was through the mail or whether that was done by PSA, nothing was done about it. He had I think it was a Dan Marino rookie card or something that he sent in that had clear damage that wasn't there. And he didn't have unfortunately, he didn't have the picture evidence. I don't even know what they do. You guys can let me know in the comments what they do for situations like that. If it happens, but that kind of turned me off because I'm super scared to just send my good cards away to a company for grading because the damage risk, while it's unlikely, it is real. Next up would be raw form. I just prefer in my display room, I don't prefer slabbed cards. I like them in raw form, in their top loaders. And if something happens and a card falls while it's in a top loader, okay. It doesn't really do anything. If a case falls on the ground and cracks, that it's shot. The value of that is shot in terms of the money you spent on grading it. You got to resubmit that and get it resealed. So but here's my 2 main reasons. Reason number 1, Mint 9s carry no value. To me, that is just, it's stupid. I mean, for lack of a better, it's just stupid. How can I send a card in for grading and I get a 9 out of 10 and that card holds no value? Basically, what's happening nowadays is raw form cards are selling at mint 9 prices. Why would I waste my time? Probably 60, 70, maybe 80% of the cards I send in are going to end up being a mint 9 or lower. I'll just sell in raw form if that's going to be the case. Mint 9 values have been ruined. And if raw values were a mint or a near mint 8, that would be a lot different for me, because then I think, okay, 70, 80% of my cards are going to get a 9 or a 10 if I, take my time with them. So it'll be worth it. But mint 9s having no value in a reseller type market. I mean, if you're just looking to get a card slabbed to get it slabbed and you're not looking to sell, that's fine. If you like the look of it. I don't like the look of it, and I don't like the fact that if I get a 9, I might as well crack it out of the case. And speaking of cracking things out of the case, how many times, going back to my subjectivity point, how many times do people crack out mint 9s, resubmit them, and get gem mint 10s? All the time. I see that on Twitter literally all the time. There's people on YouTube who've made videos literally just about that. So that's another thing. Like, you crack something out, you get a higher grade. You crack something out, you get a lower grade. It's like, I don't know, man. I think that if they figured out a way to use some sort of AI technology where grades were super, super consistent, maybe it'll be worth it in the future. Right now, it's not worth it. But my number one reason, this is my number one reason why I will probably never grade ever until they get rid of this: an upcharge for a higher value card. I think it is the most ridiculous thing that PSA, I don't know if other companies do it. I know PSA does it because I've seen a lot of people that, they submit a card. You have to choose okay, here's what you think the value is going to be. But then if your card goes gem mint 10, I have to pay PSA more. Why? You're doing the same thing. Yeah, you're handling technically a higher dollar card, but it is a joke that you get upcharged if you have more value in cards coming back to you. I just think that that's ridiculous. That's honestly been my number one reason why I won't grade for a very long time. Let me ask you this. This is the way that I think about it. So I submit a Paul Skeens, right? I submit it. I'm like, well, if it's a mint 9, it's going to be a $300 or a $400 card, let's say. It gets a 10 and it's now a $1,000 card. And I got to pay them more. Okay, that's great. What if Paul Skeens blows his elbow out? Are you guys, after I paid you more? Because that gem mint 10 card, what is it worth now? As soon as guys get hurt, people overreact. We've seen that a ton of times in the hobby. Now that card has tanked in value. Or what if, a situation like the Wander Franco situation happens? You going to give me my money back after you upcharge me for the value? It's just, and then sometimes you don't get the cards back for months. So you can get upcharged on a value of a card, and then you don't get it back for 2 months, and then all this stuff can happen. To me, that's the two biggest reasons. Upcharge for a higher value card, and mint 9s hold no value. Until those two things change, that's why I stay away from grading. I'm very interested to hear everybody's comments. Just, why you do grade or why you don't grade. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that say they grade because they like the look and they just want to have their cards slabbed. Honestly, I love that. I think it's pretty cool if you just want protection for your card and you like the look for it. But let me know why you do or why you don't, because I'm very curious. And also, be on the lookout on that. I didn't forget about the junk wax video that I did. We had a ton of amazing comments. I want to highlight some of those comments. I just had a lot going on the channel right now, so it's a little difficult for me to get back to that video, but I am going to circle back to that video. There's also going to be a link in the description if you want to put your comments in on that, because I am doing a giveaway on that video as well, and I'm going to be highlighting a bunch of different comments from people. So there'll be a link in the description for that video as well if you want to participate. But if you want to follow along with the Full Case Profit Challenge and all the other videos, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.